Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Dane Diddy, and it's a lot of stuff happening in the month of February so far, even in January. So, Baby Keem's album came out. I've been seeing a lot. It's like I see the comments, and I'm just like, man, how do you guys walk away from listening to something like the first two times and walk away with some of the conversations that you guys have? It's pretty crazy to me. So I wanted to go ahead and throw my little 2 cents in there. Baby Keem Casino. I've only listened to it one time. I thought it was a pretty decent project. I'm going to give it some more spins. I want to be really transparent about my relationship with Baby Keem's music. I haven't really been a huge listener of Baby Keem. The thing that made me want to check this project out is actually seeing the rollout, seeing the videos, the YouTube videos. I thought those were really well done. And I was like, you know, this is the second time around. I did listen to the first album. I wasn't like overly impressed. I was just like, he's a decent rapper. He's got some pretty good beats, you know, but I prefer rappers that like really do this. And he wasn't giving me that vibe. And I don't necessarily get that vibe from him on this project as far as like rapping, but I do appreciate some of the storytelling that he gave us, some of the concepts of the songs that he gave us. I still like the instrumentals he chose. The Kendrick features definitely gave the project a boost. And he's got some other features, just a couple features. I can't remember homegirl's name. It's like Mo something. Momo Boyd. She did her thing. I love her voice on that song. Good flirt. And then the sex appeal joint with Too Short. Too Short is crazy. Too Short is straight up crazy. I thought that joint was nuts. And it's funny, man, because Too Short is an OG, and he still manages to make things land. And yeah, I thought the album was alright. I mean, I saw people saying it was the best thing ever. I saw people saying it was trash. It's like, bro, it's okay for something to just like land in the middle. Give it some time. Listen to it some more. I'm gonna listen to it some more. I'm gonna come back and check it out and see how I feel about it in a couple months, and maybe that may change. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the On The Radar freestyle. This joint is crazy. They got 10 MCs to come up there on Gabe's platform and just do their thing. The beat is dope, which is great. As I looked at the thumbnail, I was like, oh, I see Ray Vaughn there. Do I even know anybody else in here? So when I clicked on it, and then I saw the whole group of everybody, it's like, okay, I know a good like 5 people here. To me, that's always good. I always like being put up on somebody that I haven't heard of before yet. So here's a list of people that's actually on the joint. You got Marco Plus, who had just dropped the album. I feel like it was either late last year or early this year. It's a couple weeks after Chris Patrick actually dropped his project. Ruben Vincent, who actually dropped the album late last year, called Welcome Home, which is really dope. Overcast, I had came across him at one point last year, and I thought he was okay, but it wasn't enough to make me come back and like continue listening. Marlon Craft, I've been listening to Marlon Craft for a long time. Like, that dude's nice. He's been nice. There's nothing changed there. Ben Riley, apparently he's from Atlanta by way of New York parents. Dude is nice. I looked into him a lot after listening to this freestyle, which was dope. I think this guy's name is Suave. I heard him because he was on Marco Plus's project, and he was dope there. He's dope here, which is always great. Nassan. Now, Nassan is Proof's child from D12, and I had been hearing a lot about him. I felt like I either heard his name mentioned by Rob Markman or the Company Man, and I decided to check him out, and I was like, all right, dude's nice. So he's on here. R.O.S.E is on here. I had found out about R.O.S.E because Kendrick had gave him a shout out, and it kind of made a lot of noise. So I went and listened to his project, and I was just like, yo, this dude is nice, and I hope he continues to do what he's doing. He's really creative. He kind of reminds me of a New Orleans version of B.O.B. when like B.O.B. like was first kind of getting his start. Hope people don't take that the wrong way. Ray Vaughn, who I had heard a million, like I've been following Ray Vaughn since I saw him on the LA Leakers freestyle, and that dude, he is ridiculous. And then Chris Patrick, who basically got a lot of attention from his freestyle on the On The Radar podcast with Kai Cenat. Everybody I sent that freestyle to was like really into it. I showed it to my wife, and her mom, she was crying listening to him rap. So that's the type of effect that had. I don't really know who I feel like has the best verses. The people that I really, really like, right? Let's do it that way. Rayvon's freestyle was dope. I love the content. I love everything. And it's funny because Marlon Craft's freestyle is akin to Rayvon's in a way, kind of like just wanting to, you know, gain ownership of his music and not give in to the system and the AI and stuff like that. Both of them two absolutely killed it. Marco Plus, I love the passion. I love the energy in his rap. Like, I didn't even want him to stop as he was going. I was just like, damn. Like, Joe, just keep going, man. Just keep going. Ben Raleigh's Damon Wayans setup and flow with the name, all of his movies, like The Blank Man and Living Color reference, My Wife and Kids. Like, go back and check that scheme again. Like, cause that joint was crazy. It really, I had to rewind that back like 2 or 3 times. Nassan did his thing. I want to say, I don't know about the Rock Markman slander. I understand why you would be upset that somebody would make a list of the top hottest rappers and not put any young dudes up there. I don't recall seeing that list, and I definitely wouldn't have did that because I'm always looking for like what's dope and new. He still killed it. Definitely still killed it. Ruben Vincent, I feel like anybody that feels like Ruben Vincent didn't kill it, they really need to go through and like check those lyrics again, because he didn't slow it down. He didn't like make it like super easy to digest some of them bars, but they're there. They're definitely there. It was like some of it was complex, and it's just like if when you rewind, you're gonna notice that like, oh shit, I missed that. Oh man, I missed that too. So go back and listen to that Ruben Vincent one. You probably fell asleep and you didn't even recognize it. Lareezy did his thing. Like I said, it wasn't like overly technical, but I still enjoyed it. And yeah, I hate to say it, I was a little bit disappointed in Chris Patrick's, but I just feel like it could have been all avoided by changing the placement of where his freestyle was. He started off really good. I liked the schemes, the way he had laid out his verse, but then it just felt like, I don't know, I felt like maybe he got intimidated by it, cause like Rayvon he just was not playing. And like to follow that up, man, like y'all should know, everybody should know at this point, Rayvon's music and Rayvon's freestyles are on 2 different tiers. You know what I mean? The Good, the Bad, and the Dollar Menu project is really dope. It tells a story. He focuses on the story throughout. But when it's time to rap and go bar for bar, like Rayvon like he likes to say, he's a crash out. And he crashed out on that freestyle, and I was overly impressed. And I definitely think anybody that hasn't seen it should go see it. I'm not going to do a reaction video to it. There's a million other people doing that. I will post a link though. I can post a link to it at the bottom of the page. Shout out to Gabe. We need more of those. And anytime I see stuff like that, it's really dope. Just in case anybody missed it, Coach Contra put another table freestyle out. No In Between. Crazy. Mike Keys did the beat. I hate every time I listen to them dudes, man. It's so hard to try to say who had the best verse, because it's like they're just so sick as a unit, man. Rio Los was spazzing, and then it's like Taj Austin's verse. Then Raz Austin, Eric Jamal's story on that joint, crazy. Good written. Like just listen to it. Rewind it back a couple times, and if you ain't catch any of the other tables from Coast Contra, you need to check it out. And if you haven't heard the Fifth and the other projects that they have on Even, you definitely should go check that out. Coast Contra, in my opinion, is like the greatest rap group out of the new generation, and it's probably not even gonna be close. Some of the other young rap groups are doing like more experimental hip hop, and they're on that like Slaughterhouse type tip where it's like it's just straight bars. It's just gonna hit you in the head with straight bars. Really dope. There's a lot of other things happening in hip hop. Some of it I don't really care to speak on, like the Jim Jones 50, Ja Rule, some of that shit. Like a lot of that stuff I just think is corny. But shout out to Ja. Still listen to your music, bro. Bad Bunny, I guess I wanted to comment on this, man. This is more so just because like I've even heard people in my circle saying dumb shit. And it was more so along the lines of like, man, I can't believe he did a Super Bowl and nobody understood nothing he said. And it's just like, look, man, at the end of the day, I felt like this might have been the best time for Bad Bunny to do the Super Bowl. We just came from Miami. We rode around listening to Bad Bunny the whole time. It's a vibe. I had never heard Bad Bunny's music before the Super Bowl. I'm very aware of who he is because he's literally one of the best selling artists in music. The last 3-4 years, I feel like he's been in the top 2-3 selling musicians. So I know who he is, I know what he does, but I had just never listened to his music. And when I heard he was doing the Super Bowl, I intentionally didn't listen to his music because I wanted to experience it firsthand, seeing him perform it, considering that he doesn't really tour in the United States for good reason. I thoroughly enjoyed the performance. I felt like it was culturally significant to the people that it needed to be. People always, for some reason, forget that Puerto Rico is part of the United States. The United States has a bunch of countries that they take advantage of and siphon resources from, siphon all the good shit from, and just leave them with nothing. We're literally preventing Cuba right now from being able to get power and putting sanctions on Mexico and stuff, so it's harder for them to get resources to Cuba, while China's basically forming good relations with everybody. That's a whole nother topic. I really think Bad Bunny doing the performance the way he did, all of the cool symbolism that he hid throughout the performance, similar to what Kendrick did, similar to kind of like what Beyonce did. I feel like there was nobody else better to perform it than Bad Bunny. I heard Mace's Bad Take sounded stupid to me, especially because he said as a performer. It's just like, bro, I've seen you perform, bro. It's not very impressive. Because he said Chris Brown should do the Super Bowl. And it's just like, I don't feel like Chris Brown doing the Super Bowl is a bad call. However, I just don't feel like it was really the time. I feel like Bad Bunny was the perfect pick. The dumb shit going on with ICE, the immigration policy from Stephen Miller's punk ass. It just made perfect sense for Bad Bunny to do it and leave the message. And even still, he didn't even lead with hate. He had a million reasons to, and he didn't. And he still sent a positive message out there. So shout out to Bad Bunny, man. His music actually is really dope. Goes pretty hard, actually. He's got some really dope records. And anybody that feels some type of way about it, it's just like, think about it for a second, man. Like, we went from making it to where like we barely get any hip hop-esque anything at the Super Bowl unless there were a guest appearance, to actually getting Kendrick Lamar, Bad Bunny, who's Puerto Rican, and like Dr. Dre did the joint the year before that. I'm surprised they ain't picked Taylor Swift to do the Super Bowl, and some of y'all is mad about Bad Bunny. I'd rather Bad Bunny get it than Taylor Swift. No disrespect to Taylor Swift and the Swifties. Taylor Swift has some dope records, but I don't feel like she's had one that was dope to me in like at least 5 years. So if Chris Brown is picked for the next Super Bowl, I'd be shocked if the next Super Bowl person did hip hop and R&B. I'd be absolutely stunned if we got another hip hop and R&B artist as a Super Bowl. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I didn't watch the game. I haven't watched football since what they did to Cap. And yeah, man, I'm gonna just talk about the things I deem important to me from a hip hop view. CyHi the Prince dropped a new record called No Competition. Really dope, super lyrical record. He also went live on Twitch, and he talked about inspiration for the record and talked about the album. He said he's done with the album, but he said that a couple of times up to this point. And CyHi is one of those people who literally could be the greatest rapper of all time, who could, but most people that I know don't even really know who he is. But that's it for me today. We'll see what gets my attention. I mean, Bruno Mars drops next week. Brent Faiyaz just dropped. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. I feel like 2026, we're going to get a whole album. I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick dropped again this year. I think it's going to be a pretty good year for music. It's going to be a turbulent year because of what's going on with like the distribution and the labels. I hope hip hop continues to trend towards political. I'm looking forward to what Russell's going to do. I'm pretty sure Griselda is going to keep us fed throughout the year. I think it's going to be a pretty dope year for hip hop. So let me know how you guys are feeling, what you guys are keeping an eye on, what's your thoughts on current state of affairs in hip hop. Peace.